Hello everyone, Sanbonani, Dumelang, Absheni, Molweni. Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsaoledi has demanded an apology, 200,000 rands, and the deletion of all tweets posted by advocate Simba Chitando, in which he claims to have been defamed. The allegedly defamatory tweet referenced an SABC interview in which Chitando is claimed to have accused Dr. Motsaoledi of misappropriating millions of rands paid by Zimbabwe exemption permit holders. He has refused to back down, apologize, or delete his tweets, doubling down with this response to a Twitter user. A tweet said, "I just had at Simba Chitando on SABC News saying that Dr. Motsaoledi misappropriated millions of rands paid by ZEP holders." Simba replied and said, "You had right. You left out the part about holding him to account for the biggest fraud ever committed by one government over the citizens of another country." Speaking to MoneyWeb, Chitando added that I shall continue to discharge my brief to pursue justice for Zimbabwean nationals who are victims of human rights violation and looting by officials in South African government. Notwithstanding unprecedented acts of intimidation, Chitando is bringing a case against the minister and the Department of Home Affairs over a decision to suspend the Zimbabwe exemption permit system, which allowed 178,000 Zimbabweans to work in South Africa. The ZEP Holders Association argues in papers before the Gauteng High Court that holders of the permit must be issued with South African ID documents and declared permanent residents. One of the reasons given by Department of Home Affairs for the suspension of the ZEP scheme was cost of running the system. ZAPA counters that the ZAP system is massively profitable for South Africa, generating 374 million in fees paid by Zimbabweans since 2009, not counting fees earned from unsuccessful applicants. Chitando also stated that the SA government officials have defrauded Zimbabweans in amount of 1 billion. This refers to bribes. The Zimbabweans are forced to pay Department of Home Affairs officials to enter to South Africa. According to papers before the court, the Department of Home Affairs requested 145.8 million rands from National Treasury to start the special program of granting exemptions for South African development community nationals, but only 15 million rands was granted. Chitando argues that this is irrelevant as the fees generated from ZEP applications was far in excess of the amount requested by the Department of Home Affairs. The decision to suspend the ZEP system, which has existed in various forms since 2009, that means tens of thousands of Zimbabweans who fled economic and political turmoil may find themselves undocumented immigrants in South Africa, at risk of being deported unless they qualify for alternatives South Africa visas by the end of 2022. Chitando also disputed a statement by Aaron Motsaoledi that ZAPA had withdrawn its case and repeated the accusation that Zimbabweans had been defrauded of hundreds of millions of rands. There was a letter that demanded Chitando from Sikoko Atini, which represents the Minister of Home Affairs, that stated that the offending tweets create the impression that the minister committed fraud and theft of monies paid by the Zimbabwean nationals, abused state resources, is a thief and liar. Well, my message to Chitando: man, you should be fighting for the economy of Zimbabwe. Whatever money you are spending to help your brothers and sisters here in South Africa should be spent by building economy of Zimbabwe. Create employment there. Change the corrupt government in Zimbabwe, since you know so much about the corruption happening in South Africa, and stop spreading lies about South Africa. You are now making the people of South Africa as angry people. We've been very welcoming here in South Africa. Stop pushing the narrative of xenophobic attacks when it's not there. Aaron should arrest you and the South African officials from Home Affairs, the one that you are talking about, because you are saying a lot of money have been paid to South African officials as a bribe to enter into South Africa. That's a crime. South Africa is dealing with a lot. Hey, that current numbers that you see on the stats, it's not true, because there are Zimbabweans who are legally and illegally working in South Africa, and also South Africa is under attack. Rumor has it that other African nationals are mobilizing themselves to kill people in South Africa. Stop making South Africa ungovernable. We still want peace and harmony in this country. If anything, people should enter into South Africa legally. Share your thoughts on this particular issue, people. Do you think South Africa is xenophobic, and why do you think so? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.